Hi, it's Mona McClellan, and you typed in, what can you use to dye your hair? And it's such a fun question because you're either, someone who's just wanting to experiment, or maybe you're a hairdresser or a hairstylist that is wanting to expand your repertoire. And I was in the hair industry for almost 30 years, and I had lots of fun with color. I was a color specialist. That was my thing. And when the new fashion colors, or I don't know if we call them fashion colors. I think it was a company that brought them out. They called them fudge. The purples and the fuchsias and the peacock blues and the greens and everything that doesn't look natural, like browns and auburns and blondes and brunettes and that kind of thing. Just really way out their colors came out. I made sure I tried every one of them, and I had a lot of fun with my hair. And I've had my hair, black and dark red, blonde, and kind of purpley red, and all these fashion colors too. So I've had lots of fun, and and I've been putting color in my hair probably since I was 20 years old, so well over 30 years. So I wanted to share with you what you can put in your hair, what you can use to dye your hair. And I made a list because there's some things I didn't even know that you could dye your hair with, and I thought you should know about them too. So first of all, you can use bleach. And you can't just buy a bottle of bleach and put on your hair because there's no activator with it and it won't work. So you need some peroxide to go with it. So you have to go buy, one of those frost and tip kits or a highlighter kit or something like that. And you don't have to use it for highlights, but you can use that on your hair to do your ends. You have to get a special kind of bleach that can go on your scalp, and it's called on your scalp bleach. And pretty much you don't want to mess around with that because a professional needs to know, what to use to protect your scalp. Okay. Bleach and toner, meaning your hair was bleached out and it's kind of got a yellow-orange tinge to it. Doesn't look very nice. It's not the look you're going for. And you can put a toner on it to soften and take out some of the yellow and the orange and neutralize it so it's a really, pretty blonde. Temporary color. So temporary color is a color that you kind of put on over top of your hair color, and it kind of gives it a bit of shine, and it lasts about maybe 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks of washings, and then it's completely out. And a semi-permanent color is a color that you can put on your hair, and it will change the color of your hair, and it will fade out a little bit, but you can sometimes get a left over and a little bit of a line of demarcation where it grows out. You can see my lovely silver highlights as it grows out. I use a semi-permanent, but there's still always, some regrowth that comes in with that. And then a permanent is where you completely can change the color of your hair, and there will definitely be a line of demarcation. That has to be cut out. It won't come out at all unless you lift it out with bleach. Foils or highlights or lowlights, that's where you paint, usually bleach or a blonde color in your hair. You have to remember that color won't lift color or remove color. So if your hair is colored and you went and bought a box of blonde color and hope you could highlight with that, it won't work. You have to use bleach to remove that already, that dye molecule that you put in your hair. Herbs. Some people dye their hair with herbs, and there's a company called Herbitint that I know of that uses a different type of developer with the herbs to stain your hair. And also henna. You may have heard of henna. And henna is a root. It's a red colored root. So you have to be very careful if you've got blonde hair or gray hair and you use a henna, because you will get kind of a reddish, orangish tint to it. Depending, even if it says it's a brown or a black or burgundy. Well, burgundy, you're going to get some red in there anyways. But if you don't like red in your hair at all, probably best not to use a henna. And henna will harden the hair, so it makes it look very shiny because it's taken that outside the layer of the hair and flattened it, sealed it. So we were always trained to never try to perm someone with a henna because the hair will just break off because it's so hard. And it feels nice and soft, but the actual shaft has been hardened. Okay. And other things that you can use, well, of course, there's the unnatural color dyes that I talked about, that you can make all these wild colors in your hair, which are kind of fun, fuchsia and peacock blue and green and all that stuff. But some people use food coloring to dye their hair with, Jello. And I imagine just I don't think you make the Jello first, you use the Jello granules. And hair markers. So I don't have any experience using those last three things. You'd have to look that up. But I hope this has been helpful for you. And If you're a hairdresser and you're having fun with your career, that's awesome. I would really caution you to look at some alternatives. I had to quit because of chemical sensitivities from working in that toxic environment, and I've also have some residual neck and shoulder and back pain from all those years of having my arms up in the air. So I work online now, and I work with a group of friends on the internet, and what we're doing is really fun, and we're doing really well with it. If you're at all curious, just go to my website, hereisanotherway.com, or click on the link below this video, and you can check out what we're doing. And what I'm going to show you there is exactly what we do and everything you need to know about it, and some testimonials of people we've helped. So I hope this information has been helpful, and have fun with your hair.